So let me ask you, what's your 2 cents?
I think what I said before regarding um I think playing the game is a problem. I think that the vaccine passports themselves are fundamentally a violation of rights. We didn't really get into this too much, but I think the concept of rights, I've sort of been taught. I probably have talked about it a bunch on the show, but in general, I've been talking about it for a while. I think most people have no concept of rights. What do they mean? Where do they come from? Even the concept of inalienable rights, right? When we were with Mark Thiessen, he talked about John Locke trying to do derive or talk about rights by removing the sanctity of life, remove the God piece of the argument. But for so many people, and I know this isn't a Canadian concept, it's the American concept of inalienable rights, but most people have no perspective at all on what that means. Why is it a thing? What is the relevance of inalienable rights? Why do they matter? What have they done over time of history? And I think this is just another example of a poor understanding of principles, and therefore the ability to trample all over them, trample all over rights, doesn't matter to most people because they have no concept of what a right really is. When society is telling us that internet is a human right, they have no idea what a right is. And to me, this is just another example of that people don't care about rights, and they're going to reap the consequences of it in ways that they can't even comprehend.
Mm,
And there's a great quote that sort of talks about, where were you when they came for X? Or there was no one, and essentially the idea is like, eventually they're going to come for you, and there'll be nobody left to stand up.
mm,
So,
yeah.
that's where for me, as I said, for those that have already been vaccinated, if they're, the listeners that have already been vaccinated, whether by choice or not, I think you really need to, take what I've been saying for a few years and recognize you need to vote with your money. Voting with your money is the primary means in which you vote. And if you're going to continue to support businesses that are enforcing the vaccine passports, and I know that they may not have a choice, you're just perpetuating this problem.
Yeah. And I'd like to add to your 2 cents. I'm gonna give you 1 cent. Add to your 2 cents, so you have 3 cents. I think one of the points that you made is right. It's an economic concept of um, right. Economics is the reallocation of scarce resources, and so it's cause and effect. It's trade offs, and so when you marginalize one part of the market, um, people are going to take their money and their resources and go elsewhere. What creates wealth in a country is people being able, well, just having people being able to work together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things we overlook, like work together um, and communicate. So when you divide and marginalize people, people are going to take their money and they're going to take their skills and go elsewhere. And there'll be other um, markets opening up and other opportunities opening up because people are going to say, yeah, like, okay, you know what, I'm going to vote with my money and open up other opportunities. So I thought that was a good point.
Please subscribe and hit the bell to stay up to date. If you liked or disliked the snippet, give it a like and share your 2 cents with us in the comment section. And remember, 6 cents makes change.